It's a lot. It's almost the whole army in the booty lick society. And you'd be surprised how you think that the higher ups don't booty lick too. They booty lick. They lick the most. Lick, 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 lick you from their head to the toes. Oh my gosh, you just graduated AIT, period. You did that, sis. You did your biggest one. You did what you were supposed to do when you're here. Or you didn't do what you were supposed to do back in the day. You're still here. Anyways, you're waiting for them to let you know where you're about to go next for your next duty station. And the next thing you know, they tell you, oh, you're going to Fort. Oops. Sorry, y'all. You're going to Fort Cavazos, Texas. And you're like, Fort Cavazos. That was Fort Hood, right? And you're scared now because you heard about all the crime stories and you heard a whole lot about this place. And you probably, that it doesn't even have a good reputation at this point. So you just like, they need their own documentary at this point. So you're scared, you're shaking your boots, you don't want to go there. I understand. But what can you do? I promise you, from my experience, it has not been entirely bad. There has been a lot of good here by the grace of God. I'm about to give you some tips, advices on what to look out for when coming to your new duty station. So stay tuned and watch to the end of this video and like, comment, subscribe, because I'm telling you, you're going to definitely want to hear this. Yeah. And then share this to a friend of a friend of a friend who said they're about to join the army, to a friend of a friend of a friend. Thank you. I feel like I need to have like a visual, but I don't have a visual. So you're about to I'm the visual. What to look out for when you kind of come to Fort Cavazos, Texas, or Fort Hood, or any new duty station. Number one is, first of all, just know that this is going to be normal throughout your whole army experience. There's going to be a lot of, because I don't even call it booty kissing. I call it booty licking. Because at that point, that's how extreme it becomes. These people lick. Yeah. First of all, this is high school 2.0. This is basically like college. I don't even understand what's the difference of going to college and going to the army, because at this point it's the same thing. You living in the barracks or you living in the dorms. You basically have to go to work 9 to 5, kind of like you have to go to school and you see these people. You didn't go to school, right? So you join the army and you think that you're not about to go to school. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're in college. You're going to go to school. The only difference is they might give you the answers. Anyways, so what I'm saying is throughout your whole journey of the army itself, you're going to have a lot of booty kissing. People are looking for promotions. People are looking to get points. They're trying to rank up quickly. Of course, it's a competition, baby. Be careful of those people who used to be booty licking, and don't become a part of the booty licking gang, because the booty licking society is a lot of people. It's a lot. It's almost the whole army in the booty licking society. And you'd be surprised how you think that the higher ups don't booty lick too. They booty lick. They lick the most. Lick, 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 lick you from their head to the toes. But I'm just saying that is one thing you are going to definitely be seeing, and those type of people you need to be careful because they can't be trusted. So my next one is you have workmates or friends. The thing is, people like to kind of merge the two, and they're not to be merged, sis. Your workmates are people who basically you go to work with, you laugh with, you guys have a blast. And inside of work, you guys are the same type of people. You think that this person is your friend, right? You finally become friends with them. You guys decide to hang out outside of the army. Now the issue is you have so many different values and looks on life and everything that it's easy to be friends in the army because yes, you guys relate with what? The army, the job that we're doing. You guys relate. You guys relate with the stress. You guys relate with everything that's around you. And they're in your corner. So they're basically like the people that keep you company when you're in the army, when you guys have things to do in the army. So you don't be alone, so you don't be bored, so you don't be depressed. But then outside of work, let me say this. If you can't call this person when you go through things, like don't consider them a friend. As a friend, you're supposed to be there for me through thick and thin. I feel like a friendship is like a relationship, sis. Like we're supposed to be happy to be around each other. If you get annoyed when I want to hang out with you, yeah, when I want to hang out with you, then I'm not your friend. Because you should never consider me a burden. You should consider like, yes, I'm gonna go hang with my girl. Mm-mm. A lot of these girls, right, they will give you that kind of like feeling like, oh my goodness, this is my friend. Like I love her. Like she understands me or he understands me so much. And then when you guys get out the army, this person don't never call you to check up on you. This person don't even speak to you on a daily basis. Like they don't even acknowledge you. When you guys are in public, 9 times out of 10, they might just wave and keep walking. And you running up on them, trying to give them a hug, and they're just like, oh, hey. And it's like, oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say, like, what, hold up. But yeah, you thinking, oh yeah, that's your bestie. Newsflash, it's not. That's not even your friend. You're giving them company when they need it at work. But outside of work, maybe they don't want to see you. They don't even like you for real. Because people know how to change their colors, okay? It's easy to code switch. That's what they call it, right? That's what people are doing when they're talking to you at work. They're putting on this different identity that is blending in with you. And you think that is your person. That is not your person. That person doesn't know you. That person doesn't really like you. At the time they're passing time by. I promise y'all will see what I'm talking about. If y'all join the army, I promise you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Because these people are weird. Like I've never met weirdos in my life. Storage. Number 3, this is one of my favorite ones. Don't allow boredom or idleness to stir you elsewhere. Boredom itself starts to make you want to do things that you normally wouldn't do. And you told yourself you wanted to join the army to do better for yourself and your family. You can use your downtime to go to the gym. Again, the gyms are free. Every gym is free to use. All you gotta do is scan your CAC and boom, you're free to use the gym. You can take a nice walk sometimes, go for a walk or a run or a jog, put some headphones on, go to the library, go read, go write, go journal. There's lots of things to do up close. You can take like a painting class, workout class. So use boredom to do that. Okay. And to go to school, y'all. Go to school, go to school, go to school, go. I promise you're going to hear that from when you get the basic all the way to your unit. You're getting tuition assistance. Use that money, bruh. Don't let that money go to waste. Next one. Do not be easily persuaded. Okay, this is where your boundaries come into play. You need to have boundaries in the army, y'all. I know people want to get promoted so bad that they end up not having any boundaries and they overwork themselves and overload themselves and then they hate the army. And then they tend to kind of get into this place of depression because they're deciding to put the army before anything else, even to put the army before themselves. Caring for yourself does not mean that you're being weak or you're being whack. Like, go to the doctor. At the end of the day, when you're broken, I promise you, the army will replace you. There's people in AIT already who's about to come and take the position of your job. The army's going to go on, baby, whether you hurt or not. So if you want to be an idiot and hurt yourself, go ahead. Because at the end of the day, they're going to replace you. Somebody else is going to replace you. I promise you. Thank you for your service. They're going to try and guilt you. I can't speak English. Stop. Today, certain leaders are going to try their best to guilt trip you every time you try to have an appointment, every time you try to put yourself first. They're going to tell you, hey, like at the end of the day, we have kids, we have wives, we need help. I understand that. Then put those people first. You can set boundaries the same way I'm setting boundaries. You guys choose to work so hard because the army is telling you, hey, the mission comes first. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Sorry, but I come first. What they use is people first. You're not first. I promise you. You get hurt today, the mission continues. Charlie Mike. The army is CNN. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. There is nothing that you don't do in this army that nobody knows about. Especially if you told somebody it went somewhere. Unless you have some real friends. And I tell y'all, it's hard to make some real friends in this army. Everybody named Mama is like fraudulent. I'm even fraudulent. I'm just kidding. Maybe. Somebody knows your business. If you go to a sergeant, these sergeants that you're supposed to trust, that they're supposed to be your older brother or sister, some of them do not have your best interest at heart. And I hate to say that, but it is the truth. You go to them, you tell them what's going on with you. Your business is broadcasted everywhere in different units. Before you got to the unit, people have heard about what you've done. Let's say you got moved from one unit because of something that may have happened into another unit. The new unit you're about to go to already knows. How do they know that? That didn't happen to me. I hope you know that. People know your business. People gonna be in your business. My next one is higher ups are humans too. Higher ups make mistakes too. I remember this one girl, she came to the unit and she was so high speed. The guy was the guy. The girl was the highest speed of the highest speeds. Like the girl, like if you told her jump, she's already in the air. You told a girl run laps. She already ran. Like she's back right now. She's flash. This sergeant gave her instructions to do something, and obviously it didn't make sense. She basically said, okay, like she was going to do exactly that. So my friend who was actually supposed to help her was like, hey, what instructions did he give you? And she's like, oh yeah, he told me to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm going to do exactly that. He's like, I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant like da, 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 which she knows that's what he meant. It's common sense. And she said, no, 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 I'm going to do exactly what he said because that's what he said. Be realistic, sis. People make mistakes. Just because the other person is a higher rank than you does not mean that They know everything in the world. Don't treat them as if they're God. Maybe they understand a lot of things that go on with the army, but outside of the army, there's a lot of things that they're still uneducated about. Yes, these people went to school, but did they go to school for every single thing in the world? No. I believe they're great in their field, but I don't think they're great in everything in the world. No. I don't think you're the smartest man on earth, just ranked up in the army. No, honey. I just think that you devoted a lot of your life to this specific career field. And that's amazing. Like, it's amazing. Okay, next thing is marriage contracts. Child, as you can see, if you see my surroundings, honey, I'm living in the barracks. Yeah, I am in the barracks, and it's not that bad. Clean up your room. You get here, you might have a slob for a roommate. That's the thing that people that really kills people, and I get it. But some of y'all are not even vocal at all. You guys have to understand when you get here, you kind of have to compromise. You're living with someone you don't even know. You don't know this person from any walk of life. It might be someone who just got out of high school. This person was probably a spoiled brat. Their mom cleaned up after them. The mom did their laundry. Their mom did this. Their mom did everything for them. I understand that. And it may be frustrating because I definitely was frustrated when I had my roommate, my previous roommate. I was living with her and her boyfriend. Yes, that's irritating. I understand that. But you guys have to understand, y'all have to be vocal. I don't think I vocalized a lot of my issues until she actually was like, hey, like, what's the issue? What's the problem? Like, what's going on between me and you? And I didn't vocalize a lot of things. I should have definitely made it known, hey, boom, I need you to do this every second. I don't care if I'm nagging you, bruh. If you're not cleaning up, I'm going to nag you until you ask your sergeant to even remove you from this room, bro. I'm gonna nag you so bad. Like you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, oh my gosh, go insane, go psycho. But some of y'all do have to at least voice your concerns. If they're not listening after you voice your concerns, go to their higher up. Higher ups try and they still don't listen at the end of the day, then I think that you should ask your sergeant to be removed from the room. Ask if they could be removed from the room or you can be removed from the room. I just feel like there's ways to kind of work around it. When I had an issue with my roommate, she had been removed from my room. I think she asked for it or not, but she had something going on that she had to be removed from the room. Boom. After that, I didn't have no issues because I didn't have a roommate for a while. Then I got a new roommate. My new roommate, she also cleans up after herself, and I have no issues. I feel like anything that I'm bothered by, I'm able to kind of vocalize it to her. Hey, I don't like this. Hey, do you mind getting this done, that done? I just like vocalize it, bro. When she first came here, I was like, hey, these are my boundaries and these is what I'm gonna allow and this is what I'm not gonna allow. We have to compromise at the end of the day because even if you go live with a boyfriend, a husband, a sister, a cousin, a friend, you still have to compromise. A lot of y'all get married, bro. A lot of y'all get married. And personally, me, I don't want to get married because I want my first marriage to be my only marriage. And I know a lot of people watching this like, oh, you'd be surprised. No, honey, that's why I'm taking my time. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to relationships. I want my first marriage to be my only and my last marriage. Period, point blank. That's why I'm very skeptical on marrying just anybody. How many marriage proposals have I gotten? And I almost did. I almost gave in to a lot of them. But at the end of the day, the person probably has to stay with me, right? Okay, so now I have to compromise with this man, right? Who is messier and slobbier. Dirty boys. Yeah, maybe some of y'all are dating and then y'all decide to break up while in that marriage because y'all say, oh yeah, we're just like boyfriend and girlfriend, but then we're just gonna like get married and then after we're gonna live together and then boom, y'all live together, y'all end up breaking up, but y'all still have to stay together and now this person is bringing women and you're bringing men. It's not giving. It is. You don't have to move in with the person though. Okay, cool. So let's say you want to move in with a friend. At the end of the day, friends are slobs too. It's a never ending cycle, bruh. Or some of y'all live by yourselves. Okay, now you have to cover rent, hot water, heat, da 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 boom. Like, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Some of y'all do it so y'all can go ahead on social media and say, oh my gosh, got my own house, got my own car. Not knowing y'all paying a whole lot of money out that military check, and the military not giving y'all that much. I don't even care a BH. It's still not giving you that much. Let's calculate. Our normal base pay. So I'm a specialist in the army. I get paid about maybe 1,000, maybe 100. You get married. I get maybe like what, $1,200 added to my check or maybe $1,500 added to my check. Okay, cool. But then I got to pay for rent. Okay, my rent costs about like $1,000. Then out of that money, just letting you know. So maybe you're getting about like $2,200, $2,300 a month. Out of that money, you have to then pay for rent. Okay, boom. Then sometimes you have to pay for heat, hot water. Then boom, you have your car note. Boom. So it's just like, what exactly did you see what I'm saying? Like, stay in the barracks, bro. You know that money that you have to use that for rent, right? Like it's not just like free money you get to keep it and your rent's being paid. No. That's also with BAS, with is also food. So that's food you have to then buy. Maybe some of y'all can get food stamps though. So, you know, maybe you might get a cheap home and then you find yourself in a very scary neighborhood where they could steal your car. What's the point? Just come to the army. What's the point? Really? Don't compromise your values or goals. So when I joined the army, people who knew me before I joined the army knew that I was definitely somebody who was trying to get right with God. I was trying to be devoted to, Christianity. I was trying to be devoted to Jesus Christ, trying to walk the narrow path. Then I got in the army. I did want to follow Christ, but it was very easy to be kind of, led astray. So yeah, I joined the army and then I started just being a mess. It's one thing I sought for so bad. It was power. I loved it. Made me so. I loved being like PG and stuff. That made me so like, yeah. I felt like that guy, bro. And anybody who knew me in AIT could say, yeah, she was doing the most, and I probably was doing the most. I really was. I know I was doing the most. I was trying to prove myself as a leader, knowing it was not my time. I don't. The thing is, I know how to lead. I know how to be vocal. I know how to be dominant. I know how to express my feelings, but like educationally or thinking on the fly or being patient or being generous, kind, understanding. I didn't assess a lot of those things. I didn't have a lot of those things. I did, especially patience. I didn't have that. I basically anything that I was that girl who I told you about who was high speed, who just basically did everything that the drill sergeant said, didn't think about certain common sense or certain things that were like I could have, fixed or done. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the drill sergeant, you did this, it was that. Boom. Period, point blank. Like I didn't even add my own taste to it. I didn't try to argue at least or speak up for my people if I was a leader. So if I went back to AIT, I would definitely sit down. Sit my butt down. So if you're watching this and you know me from AIT, I'm so sorry for how I was to you. And I know that I was probably a terrible person and I probably did the most. And I probably was like horrible. And I was the B word and so much more. I know I deserved it. And I kept on trying to hold myself to a higher standard that hold people to a higher standard that I didn't even hold myself to. And I kept on doing the most and I kept on trying to basically win the favor and the votes of drill sergeants. So I'm very sorry. This is the truth. I put myself in it. Nobody else did. I definitely stuck up and like, I want to be the PG. I want to be being a creep. Like, sis, relax. Not never that deep. When I got into the army, I started, trying to do the most. I felt lonely. I ended up working at a club, something I would never do if I was back home, because I would never do that, period. But then I started doing it once I joined in the army. Why? Because I definitely compromised my beliefs because of like loneliness. I was alone, so working the club kind of got me like out there. I felt like, oh yeah, I would be able to start to get to know people. I would start to be that girl, be out there. Everybody's gonna know me. I'm gonna have more friends. I wanted friends so bad, bro, like so bad. When I tell you I wanted friends so bad, so bad. I'm back on my path of trying to find the Lord Jesus Christ and for him to forgive me for those mistakes that I made and to forgive me for the hot mess that I've been since I joined the army. Y'all, oh my goodness, the army has taught me a lot though. I'm not gonna lie. I really do not regret my decision joining the army. Yeah, I don't regret it because I feel like it taught me to grow up. What's the next one? Be wise with money. The army culture, bro, they're definitely going to try and push you into buying things. You hardly make money, first of all. You make about $1,000 every 2 weeks. And if you're below an E4, you're not making a lot, sis. You're making maybe $800. You know what I'm saying? $700. Like, what are you going to do with that, really? Pay car note? Are you dumb? You get to your unit, and the first thing they tell you is, why don't you get a car? Because I don't have money. That's why. So you're constantly begging people for rides, and you realize a lot of these people actually do get irritated when you ask for rides. They do get irritated because it's like, yeah, it's a burden, of course. But like, what am I supposed to do? Walk. That's what they tell you. Walk everywhere. In this 90 degrees weather where you're able to go ahead and just pass out. First of all, I'm from up north, honey. When I first came to Fort Hood, I was like, oh no, I'm not about to be walking all about in this heat. Even with the water bottle, son, I just want to just go pass out. I drink so much water and still I'd be ready to pass out. I don't understand what they're talking about. Don't get here and let them try to push you into getting you a car. Be smart, be wise, save your money. When you're in basic training in AIT, save your money. You're gonna need it when you get to your unit, honey. Don't buy no clothes. Yes, if you got to wear the same fit every day, wear that same outfit every single day. Every single day. Who cares? Be a bomb. And this shouldn't even be coming from me because every paycheck that I get, honey, I spend every single one of it up to those days. What's in my savings? Probably $5, probably $50. In a world full of Barbie dolls, be a brat doll. Don't be like everyone else, bro. Y'all didn't even smoke before you joined the army, but then because everyone else smokes in the army, uses vapes, you start vaping. That's not even you. Like me, you come into the army, you want to work as a bottle girl. You know you would never do that at home. Why do you do that when you join the army? You come to the army, you know that you would never smoke weed. Why do you do that in the army? You're gonna get kicked out. Why do it? It's stupid. You come into the army and you start wanting to get married, knowing darn well that marriage was something that was very important to you before you joined the army. But all of a sudden, you don't care. It doesn't matter to you anymore. All you know is you want more money. Greed, greed, greed. You're so hungry for more money. You're hungry for your own space. Don't start drinking or becoming alcoholic because that's something you didn't do before you joined the army. All of a sudden, you join the army and you want to become an alcoholic. Y'all come into the army and y'all start trying to do what everybody else is doing. Why? Because you want to please or you want to sit there and smoke a cigarette with the captain. So you guys can become best buds. You might not be in love. You might just be alone. Whew, that one was for me, sis. Because when I first got to the army, honey, I had a boyfriend. Right when I got to Fort Hood, I stepped my foot on Fort Hood soil, and boom, I was in a relationship, honey. I know darn well if I went back in time right now, I would have never went for that person. We are two totally different people. Our future, what we want in life, not the same. But what was it? I was alone. I got here, boom, got into a relationship that did not serve me, that did not serve God, for one, that was not meant to be, that was not the person who I was supposed to date. And I wasted my time and I ended up kind of messing up the relationship because I was the one who messed up that relationship. I'm not going to go into details, honey, but I was the one who messed up that relationship. And because in the first place, I did not want to actually be with this person, although I was so like, yeah, I love you, I love you, I love you. I was the one who said I love you first and who was trying to be with this person so bad. I was going, ooh, child, ooh, child. If I could go back to that girl, I would tell her, calm down, sis. You acting down bad. You acting hungry. Just a few months ago, maybe it was like what, 3 months ago, I was acting down bad again for another dude who I know darn well. He didn't like me back in the way that I liked him, which is perfectly fine, which is understandable, which is wonderful, which we thank God. Because if we would have ended up dating, I 9 times out of 10 would have also messed up that relationship as well. And I would have also definitely tried to break up with that person as soon as possible because me and that person are not the same kind of people. What we want in life is not the same. What we see about how we view people is not even the same. How we view the world is not the same. We are not the same people. Y'all, you're not in love. You don't like this person. They're just keeping you company and you love the company. They're giving you attention. You love the attention. Go overseas, go on one rotation or go on deployment and see if you actually like this person. See if your views stay the same. Oh, it's time to get out. It's time to get to know people. It's time to want to do this. No, it's time to be quiet, be on your own and be alone. Get to know yourself. Do something. Dang, like there's little hobbies that cost y'all like $1. There's free hobbies. Y'all go on Eventbrite, bro. If y'all go on Eventbrite, when y'all get to y'all unit, go on Eventbrite, right? And then type in free things to do around you. You'd be surprised how many things that you could actually do. There was like a little wine tasting class. Some of y'all are not 21, but I'm just saying there's certain free things that you can do. New soldiers are like fresh meats. Y'all ever, you go to school and it's like the fresh meat, like freshmen, they call it the fresh meat. You get to your unit and these people are betting on who could sleep with you first. I'm just letting you know. Some of these men don't actually like you, they just want to sleep with you. Sad world we live in, but that is how it is. In the army, it is no different. Not all of this happens to everybody, but this happens to some people. If you're smart, none of these things will even phase you. You'll go through the army, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But I've seen some of the smartest people fall because of what society is asking of them or because they want to fit into society. Anyways, thank you guys. My name is Melvina Gay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. From yours, your one and only Melvina Gay. Bye.